The Z-Axis by Meaty McLaserpants. My little puzzle platformer for the LD38 jam. I apologize that it's so short. I had to work early the last day of the jam, so I basically had to make this by myself in 48 hours. I wanted to make more levels, but simply ran out of time. Also, the theme is a small world. I was gonna make an endgame screen that was something along the lines of a pixel art version of me cursing at the computer in Unity for freezing again. Then going, oh, finally it came back as the computer unfreezes. Get it? You're the computer trying to unfreeze itself. Lulz. Alright, that's interesting. Movement, left and right, space to jump, and Z X. Z and C to rotate. Cool. I've seen platforms like this before. So this is really cool. It's always cool to see this kind of fight. Okay, so we're just supposed to touch the going on. I think I entered right here? Yeah. Alright, the mechanics seem pretty simple to understand. Buttons like doing everything they're supposed to do. Okay, I think I did it. Yeah, alright. I did it. Sound effects are nice and simple. I like that. And also the big blocks affected by gravity too. That's interesting. I just like flipping around a lot. Falling back here, and then we gotta tilt the screen such that not that way. And tilt. There you go. And then the box falls down there. And then we tilt it down here. And then we tilt it over there. And now we can enter these rooms. So we gotta tilt it back out. Alright, I gotta enter it properly. Into here, tilt, no, tilt, there you go. And now we can reach the orb. No, you always be in arc. So I gotta flip it even quicker. Oh, that's me. This is gonna be tricky. So, up, and then hop, and then up. Oh no, okay, we did it. Yeah, the box closed it. The box opened the gate for us. Okay. Hop, and no. Hop. Ooh boy, this is actually really tight and difficult. Alright. Let's get it after this time, but no, apparently not. Even now I'm messing that up. Oh no. Okay. I get it. So we get the blocks down there. And we trigger the red gate. And then we get to this. Cool. And we made it to the end. It was pretty awesome. Let's get to judging then. I'll give my full thoughts then. Alright, let's talk about fun factor. This one has a pretty cool mechanic in its gravity flipping. And it's not token either. You really gotta think about it. It's pretty cool. And overall, I give this one a 5. It's got a lot of potential. It could potentially be a full-fledged puzzle game if you elaborated out into a bunch of like different levels. That's pretty cool. Innovation, well, gravity flipping as a mechanic has been done before, but this one implemented it well and came up with puzzles that worked well with that gimmick, as well as some that require quick reflexes. So there's a mix of different types of skills involved here, so that's cool. Theme-wise, there's not a whole lot to do with the theme, other than the worlds being a bit small too, I guess, but that's not really there, and it's not even really mentioned, so theme-wise, not really adhered to, but that's alright. The game itself is still good. Graphics, most of it's fine. I'm just feeling that the human character is a little out of place. Everything else is simplified. This is one area where I think you could have done a white silhouette and gotten away with it, and it would have been, I guess, better in a way, because then you had a cohesive art style. But other than that, the rest is like simplified graphics, which do the job well enough, so yeah, I guess graphics would be a 3. The audio is pretty cool though. It's got a minimalist little backing track, and the sound effects are well implemented as well. It does its job well, and even though it doesn't stand out, it adds to the experience. Humor wise, there's not a whole lot of humor either, I guess, but it's not really the point of it. And mood wise, this one's got a pretty good mood. It's dark, it's minimalist, it's got a nice ambient kind of soundtrack. So those are awesome traits. So overall, I really enjoyed this one. This one's got a lot of potential as a puzzle game, like I mentioned. And who knows, you take this on and develop it a little bit more, you could have something pretty cool. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Bureaucratic Deity Simulator 2018 by M. Mason, Douglas, Musluck, and Growlands. Okay, as a broad and powerful being, you have decided to take it upon yourself to create worlds. Unfortunately, you're not that powerful and you can only create small flat worlds. Oh well. Roll up your sleeves, you're about to get your hands dirty. It goes to use your somewhat powerful abilities to create worlds to certain specifications. Be it a planet of cities, a giant swamp, or some combination of the possible plots of lands you can place. I don't need to tell a being with powers how to do their job, but you may want to start by grabbing some land from your scroll of power and placing it onto the bedrock on the planet's empty husk. Sometimes you only need to fill up a planet to win, other times you need to meet certain quotas in order to create a perfect world. Divine bureaucracy, am I right? One thing you notice right away is that each part of land will often influence the land it is placed next to. A mountain can be completely eroded by an ocean, and a grassland can be settled in if a river is near. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Curious to see how this thing plays. It's a nice minimalistic soundtrack. That sounds pretty cool. For this simple world, just drag any tiles from the bottom into the 2 spaces. Good job. So, you place a mountain beside grassland, the river run down from it. The effects on you occur when the tile is placed and only on other tiles. Good job. I sort of get it. So basically, any 2 towers placed next to each other, and some of them, like mountains and river, and they can get erosion, or runs grasslands and watering and stuff. If they erode mountains, you only have water. Placing water next to many things to bring them close to the water. Good job. Okay. So the towers will convert that way. For a simple world, all we want all water. Some tiles react differently to others, some don't react at all. Remember there's a reset button above if you get stuck. I want it to be all water. Okay, so we can, at the very least, erode this thing, right? There we go. Make a big swamp. 3 swamp tiles, okay. So this is grassland. That converts it to swamp. That converts it to city. That converts it to city as well. Okay. I think we messed up. So, water next to water makes water. So you don't want that. I'm assuming this is swamp. So, put the ocean down first. 2 oceans make a swamp. Okay. sort of get it. It's all water. So they affect adjacent tiles, I get that much. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out. Yeah, I'm a little confused, but apparently I got it. Okay, any tree mountains on this road? All deserts for this one. I'm assuming, yeah, we just dry them up eventually. There we go. Fill this road with mountains. Okay, so water next to the deserts. I'm getting all water now. Okay, I think we gotta dry this thing out first. So that's all desert now. Okay. Getting the hang of it. There we go. I get the general idea, but I'm beginning to think some of these puzzles are gonna get a little bit more tricky. And I still don't fully understand everything, but I think I got a general idea of how the game runs. So I think I'll go for judging for this one now. Alright, fun factor for this game. It's a pretty unique concept. I like the gameplay. The only thing I find weird is sometimes you're not really sure what you're doing, especially since you can't take the tiles and put them back off the board. So in order to like activate effects, you end up dragging and dropping them between different tiles, which I'm not sure if it's intended behavior or not, but that's the only thing that struck me as kind of weird. So overall, I'll give this one a 4. Innovation wise, tiles converting to other tiles as a puzzle game, that's something pretty unique, I guess. It's not something that is the immediate response when you think of a puzzle game, and I'll appreciate that bit of innovation. I'll give this one a 5. I like the concept. Theme, small world, as far as the premise goes, it's there, but in gameplay, I suppose the justification is that the world is small and flat, yeah. You know what, yeah, that's fair. I think the theme's a 4. It's built around that as a premise, so yeah, I think the 4's warranted over there. Graphics wise, the illustrations are pretty cool. Like you see up here, they're like little pixel illustrations. I think the pixel art, maybe they're like downscaled or something. Either way, these look pretty cool. The background's pretty simple though. The rest of the game doesn't quite gel well with the main UI, so it's not quite perfect, but it's pretty good. That's what I think. Audio wise, music's low key, sound effects do the job. It's the kind of music that's there in the background and sets the mood and does its job. So for humor, not too much humor either, but that's alright. Mood wise, music set a pretty good mood, floating in space and everything. Apart from space being the one oddity I feel about this whole setup that doesn't quite fit, everything else sets a pretty good mood. So overall, I'll give it a 4. And yeah, overall, I think this game's worth a 4. It's well put together and it's got a pretty deep puzzle game behind it. Something that I can't fully quite puzzle out, but I see some of the mechanics in play here. So that's cool. Yep. BoopleJoop by Onion Blaze and Zivan Drell. BoopleJoop is an interplanetary matching game where you must pair the identical blooples together and create a unique world for them to live in. AZ key, select, unselect corresponding boople on the screen. So this is BoopleJoop. It's got a nice title screen. Whoa, okay. What are we doing? So what are we doing exactly? I'm kinda confused. Well, everything's in order and nothing's going on, so clearly that wasn't it. I'm very confused. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. I arranged everything in order and everything, but I'm so confused. Are these blueball things actually in pairs? Oh. Well, that was dumb. I could have figured that out a long time ago. So that's how the game is played. Yeah, you really could have explained that better. Because I was completely at a loss of what to do. Like I spent way too long arranging everything in alphabetical order because I thought maybe that'd help. At least now we know. And I won't be unfair to it. Gameplay is still pretty slow paced in this one though, even with the proper gameplay. You just kinda select one, anyone, and then wait for the corresponding pair to pop up. And then you press the key. Like so. I think that's a glitch. I think that's meant to disappear. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to disappear. Okay, we did it. Cool. So the game will just repeat, I guess. So that is all there is to it. Alright then, let's go to judging. Okay, let's see. Fun factor. It's a very simple game, very simple puzzle game. It's the kind of game that kids would enjoy, I guess. But it's the kind that I don't think you'd play again once you figure out how to play it. So overall, that's a 3. Innovation-wise, I think it's a common game. It's been done before. Matching puzzle colors and styles together. So it's not completely innovative, but putting it on a planet and having it rotate around is pretty unique, if a bit slow-paced. So innovation will give it a 3. Theme-wise, it's an interesting little game. You have all the letters sticking out of a small planet through it's rotating around. But other than that, it's just a visual, and there's not much to call attention to it. So theme will be a 3. Graphics wise, things are pretty cute. They're simple enough, and for what it is, this art style with that font and everything, it works well together. So that's what I think about the graphics. Audio wise, the music's cool and the sound effects are really cute. So the audio is one area that's definitely done very well for this one. Humor, I suppose the humor comes into play with like the names of the planets that you get at the end. I got different ones, but I didn't really see a whole lot of them, so not too much humor there. Mood wise though, this is a really well set mood. Definitely feels like a kid's game. Those very basic ones. With the music and the graphics and the gameplay, it would fit right alongside like the kind of apps that my kid cousins would play on their iPads and stuff. It's cool in that way. So overall, there's not a whole lot to this game, and I think the biggest killer issue is the lack of a tutorial. Because if you don't know what to do, you'll be like me and you just spend your time, a lot of time, just doing kind of nothing. So you really need to get a tutorial in there. And beyond that, it's an okay game. I just feel that there could be a little more content, like more levels or something. Maybe increase speed on a higher level or something, or maybe got a time limit, some sort of incentive to play more, you know, because this is the kind of game that otherwise you just play it once and then that's it, you know. So overall, it's this low because there's no tutorial, and I ended up going off on a completely confused tangent for a really long time. So from a user experience point of view, this game could use a lot of improvement. But other than that, once you do figure it out, it's an alright game. So that's what I think. Okay,